week on Inside the Investigations. A former top official within the state attorney general's office says the agency is sharing data that could be misleading on how quickly the state is paying victims of violent crimes.
This false idea that victims are actually getting that payment in that much time. That is not true. Victims are getting payments much longer than the average days to payment.
Senior investigative producer David Barrere discusses why victims are waiting months for the help they're promised and why, despite law changes, the problems remain.
And a good morning to everybody out there watching us here. I'm Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio with another edition of Inside the Investigations. We are joined, as always, by my co-host in this, investigative reporter Kelly Wiley. Kelly, nice to see you too.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, this is our tradition on Wednesday mornings to talk about the latest big story that you and the team have uncovered.
Yes, I'm loving this tradition that we have. It's very fun.
It is always a good time because we really get to kind of peek behind the curtain and talk about some of the big stories that you and the team are working on that week. And this week we are joined by our senior investigative reporter and producer, David Barrere. David, thank you so much for joining us as well. We appreciate it.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, David, we're going to jump right in because this is a story that you guys have been working on. You reported on the high turnover in the Texas Attorney General's office last year, and most importantly, how it was impacting a program that releases money to victims of violent crimes. After your reporting, a new law went into effect, which is always amazing when we see that come out of investigations, but it was expanding the number of people who qualify for this help. But now you guys are exploring what's happened since then, right?
Yeah, that's right. And so just for a little bit of background on this program, this is for victims of violent crimes. So people who have been assaulted. This is for people who are victims of sexual abuse, families of people who were murdered. And so it's violent crimes. It's not, if your car was broken into or something like that. And the fund is given money through court fees, mostly in federal grants. So it's not tax dollars that are used. So just a little background on where the money comes from and what it's for, because I think there's some misunderstandings among people about that when they first hear about this. And it's a pretty big fund. It's got about $70 million going through it a year in recent years, and about 40,000 applications a year in Texas alone. So there's a lot of people trying to access it. And what we found over this course of this investigation for about the past year is that people are waiting longer and longer to get money. And that's because of a lot of turnover among staff and staff shortages and just the difficulty that the department has faced in trying to process all of these applications that they're getting. And so now it's taking over the summer when we got our latest data, it was taking 6 months on average, potentially longer, because that's just an average. So some people are taking longer than that to get a first payment. And that really has a big impact on people's lives. And another thing that we discovered that's happening now because of this slowdown in payments is that fewer people are getting paid. So they estimate about how much money they want or they expect to, for budgeting reasons, how much money they expect to pay out in the years ahead. And this year they expected to pay out, I don't remember the exact number, but it was over $70 million. I think it was over $76 million. And they only were able to pay out $58 million. So that's about a 25% shortfall and nearly $20 million or so. And that's victims that aren't going to get any money. I mean, that's people that aren't getting paid at all. That's a lot of money to help people. And so they're kind of, victims are left in a bit of a holding pattern, waiting for their medical bills to get help, pay those and different costs.
So essentially you found that they're not hitting their goal for how many people they're going to help within a year. And in your report, you talked to a former employee, one who actually testified about part of this issue in front of lawmakers. What did she tell you?
Yeah, so that's going to be in our report tomorrow. So I don't want to give it all away, but we spoke with the former deputy chief attorney in the Crime Victim Services Division, and so she worked there for over 10 years. She had expansive knowledge of everything that was going on. She had a good understanding of the problems that the division was facing, and so she spoke out to in an interview with us, and I think she put a lot on the line to do that, and so we appreciate that. But what she said, in addition to the issues that I just mentioned, was also that the state has been reporting a number, the division is reporting a number to the state that it's like a performance metric for budgetary reasons and just because the state wants to monitor these types of things. But it basically says like how quickly are payments going out on average, or how quickly are they analyzing and awarding claims. And the number that they're putting out is like they're saying it's around a month or so, or a little bit over a month. And I just explained like it's victims of crime are waiting like 6 months. So there's a big difference there, and that's what we get into. That's a big part of what we get into in the story that's coming out tomorrow.
A good reason to tune in.
Yeah, we don't want to give away on all of that, as you mentioned, but can you give us a bit of a sense about what happens now? Are people who are in positions of power aware of this happening?
Yeah, that's a good question. Oh, I want to mention one other thing. I worked on this with my colleague, Matt Grant. He was going to be on this with us, but he couldn't make it, so I'm the only one here. But Matt Grant had a big part in all the reporting on this, and he has also for the past year we've been investigating it. But as far as what the government can do, that's a good question, because the AG's office is obviously in charge of the crime victims program, and we have not been able to get a response from them. We've been trying pretty hard with a lot of emails, phone calls. Matt Grant even went into the lobby of the building and tried to call up and get someone to come down and even just receive our questions that we printed out, and we were unable to do that. But so I don't know exactly what the government will do or what the agency will do. The hope is that they would continue trying to address the problem by we know that after our original reporting, there were raises put in place. I believe the top director of the division retired, and so they have some new management. So it seems like they're potentially moving in the right direction as far as the staffing issues. But again, like we've spoken with victims, and they're not quite seeing it yet, at least the ones that we talked to. We talked to one guy named Stephen Heller, who was hit by a guy fleeing police in a stolen car while Heller was riding his bike. And so that happened on New Year's Day this year. He applied for help in March. He was approved in June, and he still hasn't gotten a payment as of like yesterday. So that's one example, but the data that we found shows the problems are continuing. So the hope would be that the government would, or the agency would, continue to address it through, addressing the employment pool, I guess. And then regarding the issue of how they're reporting their performance to the state, I think that can be done at an agency level. I'm not sure lawmakers would have to get involved with that. And so that's another step that we're going to be taking, is talking with lawmakers as well, hopefully soon.
And on the matter of lawmakers, we know that the regular session's over. There have been several special sessions, but none have taken on this specifically. And we're not sure if any future special sessions would happen or take up this issue. Could the governor intervene? Or is there anyone else that could step in and make some real change in these areas?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible. We haven't spoken with the governor's office about this. The special sessions that they've been doing are highly focused. So I don't know if they would jump into this issue in a special session, if they're going to have another one, or but it could come up in an interim capacity when between legislative sessions. Committees of the legislature do meet and discuss interim topics, so potentially trying to shore up the Crime Victim Services Division could come up then. And we've spoken with lawmakers in the past in our area and across the state, because this is a statewide issue, who've said that they're trying to be attentive to this problem and address it. So it is something that's on their radar, and so we're focusing now on trying to move in that direction of what can be done, rather than just what are all the problems and the issues that we're seeing.
Right. Well, this was amazing reporting. We've already seen the first report come out this morning, and we're looking forward to the next report tomorrow, which sounds like it's going to be have a lot of good information for our viewers in it. And so just remember, you can go to our website and read that first story and quite the deep tease from David about what's coming tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, David, thank you so much for your reporting. We also want to give a shout out again to Matt Grant, who is a part of this big project, and you can see their full story coming up later tonight on KXAN News. So, David, thank you again, and we will see you back here hopefully sometime soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, Kelly, that is it for this week's Inside the Investigations. We appreciate everybody for watching, and Kelly, for you helping to lead that conversation with David. This is a really good chance, again, for everybody on your team, the big KXAN Investigates team, to talk about some of the work that they're doing here.
And we've got a jam-packed month for you. We've already set out what we're going to be talking about, so continue to tune in and watch, get behind the scenes of these investigations.
All right, that is Kelly Wiley. I'm Will Dupree. We will see you back here again at another time. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I was almost forgetting what day it was exactly, but it is Wednesday, so hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everybody. We'll see you back here soon.